for the rest of my life.
Oh yeah, we are going.
It's all right. It hasn't made it to your page yet. As soon as it does, I'll share.
Well, I won't take this down till it is.
And it's still not there. Does it say it's live on your end?
Yep.
Well, I'll take it down and I'll figure out what's going on. Just go home. Oh, here it is. I'm just going to share it now. You can take it down. Hi, everybody.
We have Faye. Hello, Faye. Hey, Faye, do you have a question? Quick, write it down.
Run while you still can.
Well, yeah, but Faye never has questions. She just comes on to say hello. Is it snowing, Faye? I think Ashley said it. My computer says it's snowing now. Still doesn't smell like snow, though.
Trust me, go outside and it smells like snow.
Okay, Ashley says it smells like snow. Hi, Kirsten. Can you pull a card for your kids? How many kids do you have? 3, 2, 1. Tansy, Shar.
Hi.
And Shay Shay. Oh. I wondered what Ashley was doing. Okay. She cleaned up behind me so you couldn't see our dustpan. Okay. Yes. We can do that. Okay, here we go. We have our cousin Faye. We have Kirsten. And she'd like one card for her kids. We have Shar. We have Shay Shay. And Melissa. And Shay Shay's asked if we would pull cards for Brandon and Janine. I guess they can't be here. And then we have Googie Rainey.
That's
so cute. So
that is now, dear.
And Faye says they have a couple of feet of snow. Okay, ladies, let's see where we can take you this evening. I am using the Universal Tarot deck. Okay. Really pretty deck and very colorful. And Penelope, you're using?
Guys, I'm using a new deck called the Wisdom of the Owls. Wisdom of the Owls.
Yeah.
Very colorful. I'm going to use the book a little bit because some of their meanings are slightly different than the Rider bit. But look how colorful.
That's good.
The eye is watching you always.
Yeah. So we'll start with Faye. Hi, Faye. We have here the star for you. And, okay, I've got to find my camera. The star, as you can see, is the lady holding her hands out. And she is praying, or she's blowing the stars into the night. And what I like about this card is that I feel the freedom. You have all the little flowers and everything in the water, and it makes me not just think of wishes and desires and dreams, but it makes me think of imagination and a story, because she also has a tattoo that goes around. It doesn't really show you the tattoo. It's like a configuration of lines matching up and crossing over. So it's like the story of one's life. And as we move forward, that is what life is about. It is the story of our life, good, bad, and ugly. Our hardships, our conquests, our joy, our fear. And so this is saying that sometimes we can let go of those fears. We can let go of the things that have made us sad. Doesn't mean we forget, because memories and dates and time, smells, everything. Music can bring all those memories back to us. And Faye, they're saying it's okay to let go, but to know that even as you do, you're making new ones every day. And again, I know we haven't harped on you for a while about writing this story, but this makes me think, if you don't write it, draw it. Use your creative energy and to make a story for yourself, whether it's the story of your past or where you think your future is going to go. It's explore the possibilities. Okay, so Kirsten is next, and one card for her kids.
Okay, so Kirsten and then her children, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first things first, Kirsten. Yours is the Three of Swords. So check this out. I mean, first, there is one too many of something in that knot hole, so that poor owl can't get in. And there's a snowstorm, and all this crap is going on around you. And what this card talks about is this card actually talks about two things. One, get rid of some of the garbage in your life. Whatever it is that is slowing you down, whatever it is that's cluttering up your existence, take some of it and put it in a box, purge if you have to. But this is a time for you to, instead of pounding your fist against a stone wall or your head against a wall, both of which I have done and they're not friendly, is take control of the situation. The other thing is, you'll know that the snow is starting to come and the storm is starting to come. That, like D'Arcy said, is part of life. All too often, people have a tendency, including myself, yourself, my sister, all of us, when we're in something is going wrong in our lives, we look for that negative story in the past to say, oh, look, this is proof that everything is out of our control. Pull the swords out of the way. Get rid of the things that are holding you back. Now, children, did she mention their names?
No, just she has 3. One card would work, she says.
Okay. So for your children, this too is the Seven of Swords. Again, a color full of imagery. This says that your children are on a path of their own. And yes, there's going to be similarities along the way, things that they haven't picked up that you have. You see that? Some of those swords are still in the snow. You picked them up, or you picked up things and they're picking up other things and you want to direct them. The reality is the only life that you can live as mothers, this is the hardest lesson to learn. The only life you can live is the life of the woman or the person you are looking at in the mirror, and honey, that's you. So for your children, your children are going to go their own way in life. You can be there to be the column of advice, but as you're interconnected with your children, this is sort of a 2-in-1. Your children are on their own path. They want to be trusted. So you're going to have to let them pick up the swords or drop the swords they don't want. And that's a hard call.
Yeah. And I want to say that if you give them chores and they don't do them, don't pay them. So, Shar, you have the Ace of Wands. And in this deck, the wand has crystals on top of it. And below it is almost to me like a labyrinth that you would walk around. You start at one end and you make the journey. And as you make the journey, you're twisting and turning and you're getting to that point where you're ready to burst forward. Wands of fire. And fire is all about cleansing. Wands can be about a chore, a work, effort, and work isn't always the one we're paid for. It could be something that we enjoy doing, like volunteering or looking after grandchildren, or helping a friend with a wedding or something. And you're always the person who has an open hand that says, if you need help, put your hand in mine and I will do my best to help you. So you're a giver. And as a giver, it's important that you remember to replenish your own soul. So taking that time, that solitude to find your peace within is going to be important, especially over the next 15, 20 years. We're all going to age. And as we age, it is important to take that time for ourselves. And maybe there is periods of it that you're going to remember your past. So obviously today is all about our past and moving forward from it. But the idea here is that you have conquered so much already that maybe you should stop and give yourself a chance to breathe, and before you move forward and try to conquer anything else. But conquer you will, my dear. Okay, Shay Shay's next.
Hi, Shay Shay. Shay Shay, for you, the Five of Cups. Here's someone looking at empty spilt cups on the ground. There's that expression that you shouldn't cry over spilt milk. If you look just in front of this beautiful owl who is weeping over the loss of what was in those cups, is this great big abundant lake of life. We're going to lose things as we travel through life. We're going to lose friends, we're going to lose family, we're going to lose money, but we can't. And I'm not talking about people who lose children, because that is a different loss. But for the general things in life, we can't keep holding on to the things that we lost and moaning about how we lost them, because we're spending too much time doing that. And you need to go out and focus on the bright future that's ahead of you. Your dreams are achievable. Your future is still there. And every day is a new opportunity to fill a new cup and write that new story, add that page to the journal. So hang in there. Things will get better, and we build new dreams, son.
All right. Kirsten said thank you. Melissa, hello. You have the Eight of Cups. And, I've looked at this card before, and I didn't realize these were actually cups going up both sides. I thought they were lanterns or something, but cups are all about our emotions. And she's walking in the water, and she has these twigs that could snag her and pull her down or pull her in a different direction, but she's sure of foot. She knows that as she moves forward, that she can get to where she needs to be, and that's you. If you move forward and you trust your instincts and you follow your light or instinct, whichever one you want to call it, you will get to where you want to be. Sometimes it's like bearing our souls to the world. It's like having that dream, where you're naked and you're running down the street and everyone's looking at you. This is like it, but different in the fact that the only person looking at you, the only person you need to recognize in this story is yourself. So as you move forward, as you take each step and each day as you go forward, remember to rejoice in the joy of being here, but also in the joy that you are going to get to your destination. You're following your instincts, you're following your path. And yes, sometimes we detour a little, but that's okay. It's okay to detour. It's okay to fall and brush yourselves off and get back up and do it again. The thing is that you've got to be willing to try. So as long as you're willing to try, there isn't anything you can't accomplish. Okay. Shay asked if we pull for Brandon and Janine.
Okay. Let's see, we'll do Brandon first. Brandon, this is the Ten of Swords. And what this talks about is the end of a painful journey. And painful journeys can be difficult. The thing is, we're faced with this moment that is painful, that is hard to deal with. And it just seems like if we surrender, we're not going to survive. Sometimes it's all right just to surrender in the moment. The Ten of Swords means that the painful moment can be surpassed in your life, and you can move forward into a better future, a brighter future, a different future. So hang in there. For Janine. For Janine, let's see. Okay. The Five of Wands. The Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands, this is very poignant too. This ties very much to what's going on, what the card for Brandon was. The Five of Wands says things are really topsy-turvy, and it's being very confusing here. Is that a little clearer now? I can't quite tell.
Fine.
And you're worried about which one, when are you going to let go, or should you let go? And if you let go, what will happen? So it's sort of like, think of four people arguing about the same thing. Everyone has an investment in that argument. No one wants to let go of it. Or five people, like the Five of Wands. There's five birds holding onto these wands, these sticks for dear life. Think of them as an argument, a discussion that's not going well. And nobody wants to be the person to let go, because then that means they have no claim. But letting go and trusting yourself, and trusting that if you just let it go, sometimes that's the best answer. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but let it go.
Okay. So, Googie, Rainy, is that like grandmother?
No, it's Orville.
It's Oroville?
It's Orville.
Oh, well, hi, Grandma. Okay.
Oh, that's too funny.
That's what made me think of it, is like I hear someone saying, hi, Grandma. So you have the Ten of Wands.
I'm going to nail him when he comes to visit next month.
Yes. You have the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands, again, wands are fire. As you can see, there's light glowing on all the fires. And okay, I don't know if saying playing blind man's bluff is politically correct anymore, but it's like he's playing blind man's bluff. Okay. And as he's blindfolded and he's feeling his way, and he's using all the energy around him, his intuitive energy, the energy he can feel pulse off his body, and he's trusting the direction his feet are taking him in, and he's sure-footed. So I'm feeling that all of this is something you need to be drawing on. You need to bring the energy forward for yourself. You need to trust the direction. And if you can see, even in the forest, you've got all the light and energy and everything shining from it. So no matter what step you take in life, if you believe, you will accomplish. So trust yourself, because it's going to be a wonderful journey. Okay, Faye says she's got a few feet of new snow. Then we have Sandra Murray. Hello, Sandra. And we have Lisa. And then we have Cindy and Lorene. And Sandra said she loves the owls, so you're pulling for Sandra, so she gets an owl.
Sandra, I'm not a big fan of the Hunger Game movies, but I really love the books. And there's that expression that may the odds be on your side. Well, I pulled for you the Justice card. I know. Check out these owls. I just love them. It was a toss-up between this and another owl deck, and I might eventually go get the other owl deck. But this owl, Justice, says you're finally getting where things are favorable for you. Don't question them. If you have put yourself in a position where you're kind of ahead of the game, don't jinx yourself by saying, oh, well, fingers crossed, hopefully nothing will go wrong. Because I am a firm believer, whether you are practicing whatever culture you practice, what you put out there tends to come bouncing back, because the universe, I always say the three sisters of fate, they have a warped sense of humor. And they'll say, oh, so she doesn't like things going her way? She's questioning it? So trust me, things are going your way. Things are getting better every day. There is a possibility of some kind of legal documents coming your way. My advice is make sure you and your lawyer talk about it if there is. And always, always, always read and question what you've read before you sign it.
All right. So Lisa, I don't have owl cards, but I do have an owl in this picture. And we have the Eight of Swords. Swords are communication. And communication is a tricky thing because it can be gentle, but it can be harsh at the same time. So choice of words are really important when we talk and our tone of voice. But with this card, there's growth. See all the flowers, petals being directed at her as she moves forward. She's moving the energy herself. She's using her confidence to go in the direction she wants to. When I see the two swords, one in each hand, I always think that she's doing that trick, where you can twirl the sword and it stays in your hand, but somehow it makes that twirling effect. I think it's with the wrist. But anyways, wherever you go in life, yes, sometimes you can be maybe a bull in a china shop, because that's one way of looking at that as well. But the thing is that when you talk, when you communicate, when you interact with people, you're never doing it with the intent to be mean. You're doing it with pureness of heart. And as you do that, you attract the things and people that need to be with you. So I'm going to say, be true to your heart, keep it simple. And Lisa, you've got a message coming towards you. I don't know if you associate feathers to a loved one who has passed, but if you do find some spotted feathers, I'm going to say it is connected to a loved one. And what I want to say is, I'm thinking spotted feathers like the spotted owl. Okay, but what if it's a peacock feather? It has spots because there's eyes on it. So I'm just going to say you got a message from a loved one coming to you through the form of a feather. Okay, Cindy's next. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Cindy. Cindy, 7 of Wands. Another really cool picture. And there's this expression in the world, hon. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names can never hurt me. Sometimes I'm not sure that's necessarily true, but if you feel like a lot of people are trying to knock you off your standing, always remember that the reason people attack us is there's something in us, one, that either don't like about themselves, or they see that they covet something they think we have. Be the stronger person and be like this owl that's shielding itself a bit. And know that you can listen time, and know that if you know someone is planning on being upset with you or wanting to be angry, sometimes if you know that in advance, you can prepare yourself so that you can either diffuse the situation with good conversation, or you can step aside. Sometimes the best response is no response.
No.
Hard lesson to learn, but it's one that could be of value to you.
All right. So next is Lorene, Carrie, Kirsten, another one, or Kristen. Faye said thank you. Then Tammy. And for all of you who are wondering, Ashley's asking some questions throughout the show. One of them is she wants to know if anyone's heard about Twitch. And if you have, if you could just let her know. She's looking to experiment about expanding the show. Okay, so Lorene. Hi, Lorene. You have the 5 of Cups. Okay, here's the 5 of Cups. Sorry, I meant to look at it a little sooner so I can feel what it's talking about. And the first thing I thought of was confusion. And then I thought of wisdom. And then I thought of a path less traveled. And then I look back to see, is there something I forgot? And if there is, do I need it? If I need it, I may turn around and pick it up and take it with me. But if I don't need it, I'm going to leave it where it fell, because time and elements will take care of it. It will move into the direction it needs to be. And maybe one day, as I climb up the stairs to where I need to be, it will rejoin me on my journey. And that's what I've picked up with this card for you. Your journey may come and go. It may feel like it's going in a different direction and you're leaving behind, but it's okay, because eventually what needs to still be with you will catch up to you in your future. Thank you. Carrie is next. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie. Carrie, I hope you're doing well. Three of Pentacles, darling. Three of Pentacles talks about working in a team environment. You ever notice, like, when you're doing those group projects at school, inevitably there's usually one person that just drops the ball. And the Three of Pentacles tends to talk about learning how to work in harmony, learning how to be able to boost or encourage and lead without seeming that you're a leader, to help that person who's not contributing. Then again, always bear in mind, if there is that person that's not contributing, getting angry isn't the solution, but not giving them the accolades can be. So that and you can do it in a graceful way where you're not shaming them. But if they don't do the work, they don't get the response, they don't get the glory. So this talks about leadership. This talks about recognizing in a group, whether it's at work or whether you're dealing with friends and you're working on a project, remember every person approaches it later. One of the world's greatest geniuses, Einstein, used to say, we're all geniuses in our own way. But some of us don't know how to apply that genius or to shine. And we need leadership, people like you, who can do graceful leadership to encourage us to believe in ourselves. So that's something for you to think about as you go into your work week and into your personal life.
Right. Tammy, Irene, Rochelle, Cheyenne, and so Tammy, you're next. Tammy. Okay, you have the Page of Swords. And the first thing I thought of was this huge question mark of, where am I going? What am I doing? Why am I here? And then the tassels or the ribbons make me think of freedom, of having fun, of letting our hair down, so to speak. Now, unfortunately, there is also like a memorial for someone or a funeral, celebration of life, but their life isn't done, because even though they may not be here, they're still working on the other side. And I'm feeling it's okay to hold on to the memory, to rejoice in the life they had, and to move forward to the life that you should be having. So question marks are great, because I even throughout my life, even now, there are times I have a huge question mark about, like, why am I here? What am I doing? But I find that when I stop moving and I stop thinking about it, the answer comes to me. And then it's like a little light bulb going on, and it's saying, okay, this is where I need to be, and this is what I need to do to get there. So the more, it's not planning, because I'm a horrible planner, but the more you look at life and contemplate, sometimes we can overthink it. So I'm going to say, just take one topic and see what you can do with it. And if you can shape it and move it and make it fit the way you want it to, great. If not, let it go and go to the next one. I want to say life is too short to question about where we have been, where we are, and where we're going. But it doesn't hurt to be surprised by the wonder of everything that happens to get us to where we need to be. Hope that makes sense. Okay, Irene's next. Hi, Irene.
Hi, Irene. I hope you're doing well. I saw Kim just quickly enough to say hi at the Witchery Market on the weekend. I didn't see you. For you, hon, the Two of Pentacles. I really like how they did this card. There's the infinity symbol, but the infinity symbol also talks about balance as well. What goes in goes out, and if you check out the owl, the moment I saw this card, it made me think of Karate Kid, where there's that one scene where he's balancing on the rock with one foot up and his hands up, because the Two of Pentacles talks about balance. Balance in our work life, balance in our professional life, balance in our personal life. That ability to disassociate from each one of these when we need to bring balance and harmony into our lives. My suggestion would be is, if you can't do a journal every day, journal writing can be tiresome for people to do every day. My suggestion is maybe do it every other day and find something about one of those three parts of your life that brought you joy, because when we look at what brings us joy, it helps us balance our lives. And you need to practice balance, hon. Hope you're doing well.
All right. Hi, Rochelle. I had to find the name. Rochelle, honey, you have the Knight of Swords. And this makes me think of charge forward and chase the dream that you so desire. Be careful of where you put your feet, because if you work where I work, there's a lot of goose poop. And so you want to be careful what you stick your foot into. But it also makes me think of exercise. It makes me think of, where you put the tires, and you, like the football team used to use them when we were kids. They put tires and you had to jump through the tires. I think the Army uses them too. But this is also about exercise, about taking care of yourself, being brave in front of difficulties, knowing that you're the driver, you're in control, like he is on the bull with three horns. It's like, I'm going to say it's okay if you smash a few things, like in what show? My Big Fat Greek Wedding, where they and they smash the dishes. Well, maybe it's okay if you smash anything. Just remember this, honey, you got to clean it up. Okay. Next is Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, I hope you're doing well. Cheyenne, for you, the Ace of Wands. There's a couple of things. The Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands? Yes, the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands talks about new beginnings. Most aces do talk about new beginnings, but you see how that little bird is flapping their wings? That little bird is basically saying, I think I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. Now, our oldest brother, Jim, at one point had broke his hip in a car accident. And one of the things that he used for physiotherapy is he would put his hands underneath his arms like wings, and he would run up and down the road screaming at the top of his lungs. And he was a teenager. I think I can fly. I think I can fly. I think I can fly. And he'd be flapping. And this card says, don't be afraid to think you can do something. Did our teenage brother at that time ever manage to fly off the ground? No. But the point was, it is a reminder. The point was, and always will be a reminder that you're about to take flight on a new adventure. Who knows what that next step is going to be about? Who knows if you'll fall? Who knows if you'll land on your ass? Who knows? You might succeed beyond your wildest of dreams. Do not let your fear hold you back. Because if you think you can fly, perhaps you can.
Okay. Did we read for Shay Shay?
Yes, I did. And then I also read for Janine and Brandon.
Okay. Right. That's what I thought. Okay. So.
Don't make me remember everybody I read for, please. Help me with the test.
Okay. So, Kathy, you're next. Lovey Cut Knife, you're next. Hi, Janice. And nope, Penelope read for Shay Shay, yeah. And Lorene, and then Catherine and Diane. So, Kathy. Hi, Kathy. You have the Empress. Yes, you have the Empress. This is about painting your picture. Okay. You are what's it called? That thing that you paint on? Why am I pulling a blank? You know, the canvas. You're the canvas of your own life. You're the canvas of your own destiny, where you want to be. I always think of Hawaii when I think of this one. So this could be you painting a direction of what vacation you want to take, what kind of life you want. It's up to you. And you can take your time. You don't have to make it all in one night. And if you can't paint, then I'm going to say, do what I do, cut pictures out of a magazine and paste them into a book so you can see what you want. Hold true to your dreams, because dreams are important. Without them, life would never have existed in the first place. So paint your own picture, go on a holiday, enjoy life.
Oh, definitely.
Lovey Cut Knife.
Hey, Lovely. Lovey, here's the thing. The message for you today is really simple. It's short and it's to the point. The 8 of Cups. It is all right to stop. It is all right to quit, no matter how far you're into a friendship, a relationship, a work project. There comes a point in time when something does not bring you joy. And if it does not bring you joy, it no longer serves you. When the 8 of Cups shows up in a reading, check it out. The bird is going, I don't care how much time, energy, and blood and sweat and tears I invested. This isn't working. Quit pounding your head against that stone wall, and don't beat yourself up if you want to stop. Sometimes it just doesn't work, whether that is your personal life, your professional life, or anything else. Sometimes we got to stop. It's sort of like having that job that no matter how good that paycheck is, it's causing you nightmares and indigestion and heartburn and all these things. So you stop. You just stop. And it's never too late to start over again. I speak from experience. You can start over and still achieve dreams you didn't even know you were dreaming. So stop. Walk away. Fly away. Run. Just stop.
All right. Hey, Janice, how are you? Janice, you have the 2 of Wands. And you know the Burning Man, well, this looks like the Burning Lady. And this is about gathering knowledge. It's about putting things into place. The research is about maybe a heavy burden, but you're going to be able to carry it, because as you can see, both sides are burning. She's got her sacks down here. She's pulled them down, and there's all these little things that come towards you. So as you gather the embers, or you gather the information you need, you will find the resources to be beneficial. You're going to have to think outside of the box. You can't think like a layman. You've got to go beyond it. It's almost like you become your own medicine. So I am going to say, keep going. The lights are burning. There is an answer for you. And it may be by now to November before you get your true answer, but you will find what you are looking for. Okay. Shay Shay, mention down below whether or not you still think, if you were to go back to, I'll tell you the time frame, 6:29, right after Shar, Penelope did read for you. And if you can't find it, let us know. We'll do another one. Okay. Kathy, just a minute. Janice. Laureen. Hi, Laureen.
Laureen?
Laureen.
Hi, Laureen. Hope you're doing well, hon. The King of Cups. When the King Owl shows up with the cups, it says, be of service. Be it service from your heart. You know, when we talk about service, people think that means we're going to be a servant or we're serving someone. But that's not just what it's about. So if you know someone that is struggling with an upcoming memorial round dance and they need help with the meal or with planning the giveaway or the gifts for the elders and for the drummers and things. Be of service with an open heart. You know, we all too often, and I'm not saying this is you, this is people generally, when we're dealing with some kind of sorrow or loss in the communities, we want to let them know that in comparison to us, this is your time to be of service in the next I'd say 3 to 6 months. People are going to call upon you for help. And if it is in your capacity to do so, be of service. This will help you with your gifts. And this will help you in the case of what you receive back from the universe. So please take care.
All right. So we have Diane, and Cheyenne answered Ashley's question. Then we have Irene. Then we have another Diane. Then we have Telia. I hope I said that right, Miss Saddleback. And we have Jessica. And Shay said, thanks very much. She must have found it. Okay. So Diane, number 1.
Did we have 2 Irenes?
Nope.
I read for an Irene already.
You've already done Irene. I didn't say, I said Celia.
Celia. Okay.
Trying to pronounce her name. Hi, Diane. Diane, number 1. So Diane P. So you know which one I mean. You have the Hangman. And the first thing I thought with this card was the sky. Oh, sorry, wrong person. I'll do this for Diane, but I have to back up one because I forgot Catherine. Okay. So Diane, this is about the sky, painting a picture for you, enjoying the moment, standing still, centering yourself, getting your chakra into place. Okay. And it's about absorbing all the colors, like the oranges, your sacria, the green is your heart. Well, yellow doesn't work, but it could be your crown chakra. We delete the color a little and make it white. So this is about grounding. This is about finding what you're looking for. This could even be the start of a new relationship. And when I use the word relationship, that could be a friendship. Okay. And it could be an adventure for you to go on. And they're saying, take your time in the process. You don't have to run through it. You can plod along at a steady pace. Okay, so don't rush through life. Go at a steady pace. So Catherine is next. I've missed her.
Okay, so Catherine for you, the King of Pentacles. Whoops, there we go. The King of Pentacles obviously talks about money as well as many other things, but the main focus is it talks about fulfillment. Forgive my fidgeting, guys. I got a bit of a sore hip. So fulfillment. This is fulfillment in your personal life and your professional life. This is about learning to be at peace with what you have. We can always be wanting the next best thing. You know, we make $60,000 a year and we want to make $90,000 a year. But are we making $90,000 a year so we can spend that $30,000 frivolously? And do you ever find out that when you make that more money, you've never quite figured out, the vast majority of us, on how to save it? So it doesn't really benefit us in the end. Fulfillment talks about being at peace, being fulfilled, being content where you are right now. That doesn't mean you can't achieve the next dream, but it's talking about being okay, being content, being that sense of fulfillment that you don't have to overdo. And you're being asked to watch for that in the next little while.
Right. So, hi, Diane. She says she hasn't been able to catch up to the two of us in a while. And she said, anything new? And this is second Diane. So, Diane M.
Here, let us stir our pot for a second.
So, Diane, you have the Emperor. And several things stand out from me here. One is power. And when we're in power, it's amazing how we can use it, the power of our own gift to wake up every morning. But the power to know that we can use power and still be gentle. But it could also be a relationship if you're looking for a new one. But it's the one over, it's the crest over his heart that stands out for me. And I don't know if you've got someone on the other side, but I sort of feel like my message to you is believe in yourself and know that there comes a time for all of us to move in a new direction. And as we move in a new direction, let our hearts be open to the possibility of wonderful things happening. And light your flame, dance to your own drum. It's time for you to be you. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, Celia.
Hi, darling.
Miss Saddleback. We haven't seen her for a while.
You got the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups says, follow that intuition of yours. Follow your soul's desire and do it with an open heart. This is a time where, we all have that, sweetheart. This card talks about men and women, but in your case, you, where something, our relationship wasn't the best, and we tend to close off our hearts. And there is a difference between closing off your heart and learning how to live at peace with yourself. There are two totally different things. So you can have had that bad experience, taken some time, maybe not as long as some of us, but taken some time to heal, taken some time to know who we are as people, as women, as members of a community. And then there's opening our hearts. Opening our hearts brings all kinds of light and energy and positive things towards us. And it will help you dispel the darkness you feel like you've been under. So this is your time, hon. Listen to that inner intuition. Follow your heart with an open heart.
All right. So hi, Jessica. I have pulled cards for everyone, for your Allie, your sister, your husband, and for yourself. So that's the order I'm going to do it in. And for Allie, she has the 9 of Pentacles. And as you can see, Lady in White, whoops, pentacles growing out, and those are coins at the end of them. 9 means, if you look at numerology, you're at the end of a cycle and you're moving into a new one. And the pentacles represent money. They also represent earth. So building foundation, it's journey. It's learning how to reach out to ask for help when one needs it, but it's also knowing when to leave things alone because you don't need it. It's letting go, basically. She's learning how to let go. And she may be developing new relationships around her. She may be starting a new job, but the journey is about what she puts in it to get out of it. It's like planting a seed. If we don't look after the seed, if we don't nurture it, nothing grows from it. It just dies. And I would like for someone to tell me how to use the avocado seed to make it grow, because for the life of me, I can't make it grow, and I can grow anything. So it's like that. Sometimes we can over nurture something, and other times we don't nurture it enough. So it's really about what she puts into it to what she's going to get out of life. Now to your husband, Dawson. 5 of Wands. Okay, it looks like he's in a little bit of a pickle here. The 5 Wands is fire. It's work, so he may be brewing a fire at work. And he may find himself up against people who don't agree in his opinions or what he has to say in life. And I'm going to say, stand your ground. If it's your belief, it's your belief. No one should be changing unless you want to change your mind about what you do and the direction you want to go in. The other thing about the Wands is making sure your health is okay. So I'm going to say that if he hasn't been for a checkup, maybe he should be. And Jessica, for yourself. You are the queen of the roost, because you have the 2 of, which is the high priestess. And I love the flamingo in the front, at least I think it's a flamingo. And this is about you being in control of both your yin and your yang, the positive and negative. What you put out there comes back towards you. What you want in life is directly influenced by the energy you use to make it happen. So I just want your husband to know that old expression, happy life, happy wife. And just move forward from there. Now, I just have to look, the cat's in the way, so I can't see the screen. Manuela is next, and she wants to know if her life is going to get better.
Oh, this card is definitely for you. I see we have a friendly troll.
Oh, Ashley's taking care of them.
Ancestor Mary. This card is definitely for you, honey. The Six of Swords. See the boat, see the swords. It looks like the swords are penetrating, but we don't know that for sure. So first thing first, there's an I'm sorry, there is an owl sitting on one of the swords. So two things can happen here. You can change the direction of your journey. You can move forward in a positive way. You don't have to just stay on this path if this path is not serving you. And if you check out the owl, I mean, the owl right now it's in the boat, it's saying, okay, we're going to go this way, see what happens. But I'm telling you, darling, the boat starts to sink. I'm gone. I'm here by choice. Don't mind me, I'm just laughing at my dog who's busy tearing up one corner of the house. So yes, your life is going to move towards the better. Probably within the next 6 weeks, you're going to have a change. And in the next 6 to 7 months, it's going to be completely better. But you've also got to work towards it. You can't just sit back and go, well, let's just hope if I continue, all things being equal, because all things being equal, let me break it to you, darling. There is nothing equal about all things being equal. So like the owl, ride in the boat for a while, but if that boat starts to sink, you don't have to stay, just go. Seems to be a theme tonight.
Okay, so Melissa, you're welcome. Heather, the cat approved your card. You have judgment, and look at that, celebration, excitement, joyful reunions, bringing together people and family that you care about, announcement of a birth, a wedding, possibly an anniversary, and celebrate. That's basically what this card is about. Celebrate now, celebrate the moment, enjoy your life, change what you don't like, and I don't know what else to say, so just embrace it. Okay, come on. Sorry. She wants to stick her paw in my glass of water. Okay. One other thing, Heather, is I don't know if you recognize the name John or not, but I do have a gentleman here who I'm going to refer to as John. I would take it he's passed, and he's just saying hello. So I'm going to put that out there for you. And Goofy Rainy, he said, laughed. And okay, yep, Heather, we got Janine. Oh, Janine, you have to go all the way to the beginning because we already pulled for you and Brandon. Sandra said, thank you. Cindy, we've done. Lisa said, thank you. Cindy says, thanks. Lorraine says, thank you, Tammy. Oh, it makes sense. And thank you. Abdul is new. Hello. Is it yes, you get to pull a card for him.
Okay, the Three of Cups. There's an expression that says eat, drink, and be merry. And this card talks about meeting and celebration. Meeting and celebration, whether it is in a church or in a wedding or a gathering, meeting and celebration is spending time with joyful, like-minded people is good for your spirit. So get out there in this next week, celebrate carefully if you're drinking. Don't drink and drive, don't do drugs. But this says this is a time for you to start spending a little bit of time with the people you love in celebration and good company. And it's really that simple for you.
All right. Tammy says thank you. Jeanette, I'll be right with you. Irene says thank you. Rochelle, thanks so much. Your messages always make sense. I'm so glad. And then we have a Jord and Carrie. Cheyenne says thank you. And then I believe we have a Kim after that. So where are we? Jeanette. Jeanette, you have the Six of Wands. This is journey. And it's funny, when I first looked at it, I felt a little sad, like you were leaving home. And so you may be going on a journey. You may be going somewhere where you're on your own, opposed to having your family with you. You may be moving, or you may be rearranging something or switching something. But what I like is always in the background is family. And that to me is family that is alive as well as family that's passed. There's always going to be family around you, Jeanette. So as you move forward in life, do not forget to ask for help. Be willing to carry the burden, but be willing to realize that when you're carrying the burden, if it's too much, there are people here who can help you. And so remember to let loose when necessary. Okay. Jared is next. He's new.
Hi, Jared.
I'm not 100% sure he went goofy. Yeah, but he's here. We'll read for him.
Jared, the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords. Is that the Nine of Swords? Yes. The Nine of Swords. This talks about, you notice there's feathers, like plumage around this bird, and it looks like, well, this must obviously be the end. This is rather deceptive, because what this owl is saying is the best is yet to come. All I'm doing right now, and I've noticed that this book with the owls tends to talk about surrendering to the moment. Just surrender to the moment. Rest a bit. Quit fighting against the tide. It is the easiest way to tire yourself out. So take a moment, pause, deep breath, go with the tide, go with the flow. And once you get to the point that you're stronger, you're going to have more energy, and you're going to be able to overcome the obstacles you perceive in your way.
All right. Carrie, Cheyenne says thank you, but thank you to Cheyenne for answering the question about Twitch. Then Kim, nice to hear. She says, hello, people. Hello, peoples. How is everyone? And then nice vibe here. She feels like she can breathe here. So then she says, dream a little dream with me. And I sort of like that song. And then there's Brenda. And so Carrie, I see your message. Don't miss me, ladies. Don't worry. We haven't missed you yet. Carrie, you have the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is about balance. As you can see, slightly different than the one Penelope showed earlier, because with this pentacle, we still have the infinity sign. What you put out there comes back towards you, but you have two pentacles on the end balance. It's almost like she's holding on to a steering wheel. But the other portion of this is the symbol of 3. And it's life, or birth, life, death here, or birth, life, age, whichever way you want to look at it. But it's about your journey through life and how you drive your car to get to where you need to be. And if you're open to changes and to magic and to believing in things that other people can't see, then there is amazing things ahead for you. A little intuitive by the looks of things, so tapping into your intuition would be really good for you. Go slow unless you're already to a point where you feel like you need to go a little faster. Keep a journal. Make sure you make notes. Kim's next.
Hi, Kim. Glad you joined us. Kim, for you, the Page of Cups. Whoops, there we go. This is a really cool card. This card talks about not reacting right away. Before, it talks about if something is bothering you, don't react. And by not reacting immediately, you stop the tendency, all of us, including myself, but you stop the tendency of overreacting. And overreacting isn't this hysterical yelling at the top. Sometimes overreacting is because we don't trust our intuition, we don't trust ourselves, and we don't yell, scream. We go into ourselves. take pause, listen to what people are saying, but listen beyond the words. It's a standing joke that I often learn the most about people when they're not saying anything at all. So this is talking about being aware of your intuition, being aware of your feelings. Don't react when you respond.
All right.
And have a
And
good
I
day.
think Kim's actually new, so welcome to the show.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda, you have the Four of Cups. Whoops. And the Four of Cups, as we know, are emotions. Cups are emotions, but this is about offer being made to you. This offer could be work related, it could be an emotional offer, and it's taking time to contemplate whether or not this is the offer that really resonates with you. And if it is, then you go with it. If it's not, put it to the side. Who knows? Maybe you might want to look at it in a year from now. But they're saying there's an offer being made to you, and there's I don't know where the name Jim comes in, but I am hearing the name Jim, and he just wants you to know everything's okay. And so I'll hand that out to you as well. And Diane Miller said, thank you. Ancestors Mary, aw, so sweet. And Celia says, thank you and have a good night. Adul wanted to know if he was going to America this year. Iffy. And Heather says, thank you. She'll have to figure out who John is. Heather, go with the JG sound, John, George, and go beyond John. Just go with the JG sound. Elaine, we haven't read for. Mark, hey, D'Arcy, could I get a card pulled? Yes, you can. Jeanette said, thank you. Carrie, you did get your card. It just takes us a while to get to people because you have to go down the list. Then there's Sheena. Hello, Sheena. And I believe she's new here. So who did I say was next? Elaine.
Hi, Elaine. Elaine, for you, the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. You know what? This talks about, you know, when you're doing a recipe or you're about to start a new adventure or you're going on a trip, the best thing to do is take notes. Write the supplies you need. You know, when I'm planning, especially for recipes, or I'm planning a road trip, I actually create a physical list. Where D'Arcy isn't so good at planning, I'm a bit more anal at it, and I have a list, and I make sure that I've checked the list, and I've made notes along the way that I will expect to experience at different places. And then when I get there, I mark notes, and I make notes. Will I come back? Will I not come back? So you're at the beginning of a new adventure in life. But before you take that first step, make sure you've got your notebook, make sure you've got your pen, make sure you've got your compass, or whatever it is that you need. Be prepared. That's what the page is telling you. Be prepared, like Girl Guides and Boy Scouts.
Okay, so Carrie, you must have missed it because we just did you reading of about 3-4 people ago, and I read for you, so I do know it was done. You may have to back up a little bit when the show's over. Okay, so Mark, you have the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is about an offer. No, actually, reword that. The Four of Wands is celebration.
Do you want to put the card up again? It was...
Yeah, I'll find it.
There.
Four of Wands is about celebration. It's about a journey. It's about change. It's about building your foundation and making sure it is solid. It is travel. So there may be a few little trips coming up for you. So be open to the trips. And then it's also about knowing that this is my location. I can come and go from it. And as I do so, I am making that journey that has a lot of feeling and positive energy to it. So that's what the Four of Wands is about. Okay, so I read for Jeanette.
Mm-hmm.
And did you read for Carrie?
I think I did.
Okay, just in case we're wrong.
Well, there were two Carries. There was Carrie, Kari, and now there's Carrie.
Okay, so now I'm going to go with the Carrie S. Sorry, maybe we hadn't read for you. You have the 10 of Cups. Or, sorry, yeah, 10 of Cups, Carrie. This is about celebrating life to the fullest. It's achieving the dreams and the desires you want inside of life. It's normally having the rainbow around you with a pot of gold, but when ever I see a tree with the bright lights, it makes me think of our Uncle Dave, who used to have a money tree. So it could be, how do you grow your money? How do you make sure it works for you? That could be a switch or a change inside of job or a new location. But it means that really what you want in life, you can achieve as long as you believe in it. Okay. And then Zeina, Zena. She is our last person. So if anyone else comes on, that's it for tonight, folks.
Hi, for you, darling, the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man talks about letting go of things. Take a moment, take a step back. I've always joked that when things are stressing me the most, that you can find me hanging upside down in a closet. It means you need to release control of every situation. We can be wound up so tight, hun, that no amount of choking that rope or that choke chain is going to fix the situation. Sometimes you have to let go and look at it from a different direction. It doesn't mean you're admitting defeat. It means that you're taking pause and you're looking at it a different way. And when you look at it a different way, I mean, you get to see things you wouldn't have seen before. A really good experiment is go, if you can't stand on your head, go lay on your bed and drape your head upside down on the other side, and the room looks different. Everything looks different. You change your perspective. Let go of your control for a bit.
Okay. Did we read for Sheena?
I don't think we did.
Okay. So I lied. Sheena is our last one because she's already been on here and I missed her. So Sheena, hi, welcome. She's new here. And Sheena, you have the 3 of Cups, and this is celebration. This is getting together with people that you care and love about and just celebrating, letting your hair down. Think of May Day. Okay, and it's letting your hair down and rejoicing, celebrating the elders. It's joy. So find joy inside your life, hold on to it, embrace it, and don't allow anyone to take it away from you. Be true to yourself. And most important is that when we love ourselves, when we recognize that we have the good, bad, and ugly inside of us, and some days they come up all together once in a while, as long as we forgive ourselves, as long as we're not directly trying to hurt someone, we are good people. And that is what you keep telling yourself every day. You are a beautiful, outstanding, wonderful person, and you just need to believe it. Well, everyone, thank you so much for who? Lovey? Oh, wait. Lovey, I celebrated my daughter's first year of passing, and we called her Tree when I see moonlight. I'm sorry about the loss of your child, Carrie. The tree, it warmed my heart. Okay. Lovey said, what about her? I know you did her, but could you pull her another card, please?
Oh, of course. Just a sec.
Yeah. And then Elaine snuck in. So she's in Lux and she's a regular. Oh,
Yeah.
and Annalisa. So a little.
Okay. The Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings.
Lovey, this is for you.
Yes, for Lovey. New beginnings, new starts. Take a little bit of rest before this new journey. You know, the thing is, we come off one journey and you start another journey and you give no pause for rest, no pause for reflection. So at the beginning of this journey, rest a little bit, reflect, pause, give thanks, be grateful. Off to you.
Okay, Annalisa. Oh, well, where do I start? I don't know. And Elisa, let's try this again. The moon. Okay. I like the moon because, I mean, there she is. The lady is holding the moon. She's not in the moon. She holds it like it's the child in front of her, like her pregnancy. And life is like that. It takes time to nurture, to grow, to move forward. And keeping in mind, the moon governs our feelings as well. And they're saying that there's a lot of unexpected, and that it better not be a spider. There are a lot of unexpected events around you, and to be open and to shift and move as they come towards you, because some of them are going to be fun, some are going to be a little crazy, and it may feel like you're on a roller coaster, but you're going to get to where you need to be. And just a minute, Kim said, great room. I will follow. These calm rooms are getting harder to find. Light and love to the readers here. You are appreciated. Thank you, Kim. And Alana, our last person.
Okay, hun, that one's really no, I thought I did Alana and we have Elaine.
No.
Okay, to whoever this card is for. Whoops. This is the Four of Wands. This talks about celebration, enjoying yourself, enjoying your life, enjoying your accomplishments, and just being joyful. That should have gotten us just under the wire.
Okay. And Elisa said, thank you. No, we're already past the wire. Sheena, honey, there's no law in the world that says you have to be happy every day. You're going to take time to nurture the wound, especially the loss of a child. Keep a journal. In actual fact, I'm going to suggest you get a book and you start writing your daughter a letter, so that every day you can talk to her and find the release you need. And one day you may find that you never need to write to her again, but at least she can hear you, because I am a firm believer those on the other side hear us as we talk to them, both in our joy and in our sorrow.
Oh, definitely.
My heart goes out to you, and please look after yourself. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Mm-hmm. Without you, there would not be a show, and it is getting a little longer. So as long as you all realize, have patience with us, that we'll finally get down to you. And again, if you have a question, write it right away when you come on and say hello. Thank you very much.
As always, it's so good to see all of you. Thank you so much. As D'Arcy says, without you, there wouldn't be a reason for us to be doing this. And as always, I will leave all of you with my favorite blessing, Masalama. Go in light and blessed be.
Yes, and thank you to all the regulars, and thank you to all the new people who are joining us. Blessed be everyone, and may love, joy, peace, happiness, and prosperity find you all in mysterious ways. See you again next week.